Okay, let's dive in. We all know that feeling, right? Trying to keep track of all our online accounts, making sure we can get into work stuff, other services
Yeah,
securely. Well, it can be a nightmare.
it really can.
And the source material we're looking at today tackles this head on. It's about Microsoft Entra ID. You probably knew it as Azure Active Directory before.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah, our goal here is to really unpack what this material tells us, not just what Entra ID is, but why it's so important for locking down access basically everywhere these days.
Right. It's described as foundational.
It really is. Think of it like the main control center for identity across Microsoft's cloud stuff, M365, Azure, but also way beyond that.
Okay, so let's pin that down. At its heart, what is Microsoft Entra ID?
It's Microsoft's cloud service for identity and access management, IAM for short.
IAM, managing who's who and what they can access.
Exactly. Its job is basically to help organizations manage and secure access for users, for devices, for apps. Doesn't matter if they're in the cloud or still on-premise in their own data centers.
So it bridges those worlds.
It does. It's the core identity platform in the whole Microsoft Entra family. It handles user accounts, groups, permissions, all the plumbing needed for Microsoft 365, Azure, and thousands of other SaaS apps people integrate.
Got it. So a central gatekeeper, but sounds like a pretty sophisticated one. The sources list quite a few features. What are the real standouts, the ones that define how it secures things?
Well, the material really highlights a few key things. First up is single sign-on, SSO.
The login once, access many dream.
Pretty much. It's massive for users. No more juggling 50 passwords. You log in once, get into your apps.
Yeah, that saves so many headaches for everyone.
Absolutely. And it actually boosts security too by, cutting down on that password fatigue that leads to weak passwords. Then multi-factor authentication, MFA.
That second check, like a code on your phone, crucial.
Foundational, really. It makes it way harder for someone to get in, even if they somehow got a password.
Makes sense.
Then there's conditional access. This is where it gets really clever. It lets you set rules based on context.
Context, like what?
Like who the user is, their location, the device they're using, maybe even how risky the sign-in looks based on threat intelligence.
So access isn't just yes or no. It could be yes, but you need MFA, or hang on, that location looks weird, access denied.
Precisely. It's a core part of doing zero trust security properly. The sources also mention identity protection.
What does that do?
It uses, like, machine learning to spot risky sign-ins or vulnerabilities and can automatically react, block access, force a password change, that sort of thing.
Proactive. Nice.
Yeah. And for admins, application management is key. It supports integrating tons of apps using standard protocols, SAML, OAuth, OpenID Connect, central control, and self-service password reset, SSPR.
Letting users reset their own passwords. Lifesaver for IT help desks.
Totally. Users can do it securely themselves. The sources also make a point about B2B and B2C collaboration.
Meaning it's not just for internal employees.
Right. B2B lets you give secure access to external partners using their own logins, which simplifies things massively. And B2C is for managing identities for, like, customer-facing apps. Think millions of users.
Okay, that scope, internal, partners, customers, feels pretty significant. How does all this tie into, say, security compliance?
It's central. Material points to built-in tools for governance, auditing. Things like role-based access control, RBAC, making sure people only get the access they absolutely need.
Least privilege principle.
Exactly. And privileged identity management, PI, for managing those powerful admin accounts securely. Plus, it feeds data, logs into the wider security ecosystem. Microsoft Defender, Sentinel, for threat detection.
So identity signals become security signals. Got
Right.
it. And the main use cases mentioned.
Primarily three. Enterprise workforce identity, that's your employees accessing M365, SaaS, etc. Then customer identity for secure apps. And partner access for collaboration. Different needs, same core platform.
And super simply, the sign-in flow.
User logs in, Entra ID, checks who they are, it looks at the policies.
Ah.
Do they need MFA? Is conditional access triggered by their context? Any risk? If checks pass, it issues access tokens. Those tokens let the user into the apps.
Clear. Okay, let's wrap this deep dive. What's the big takeaway message about Microsoft Entra ID?
I'd say it's this. It's a serious, enterprise-level IAM solution built for the cloud and hybrid world we're in now. It's not just a directory. It's really a fundamental piece of modern security, controlling who gets access to what.
And understanding this even basically gives you a real insight into how access is managed securely behind the scenes in so many systems you use daily.
Definitely. And it makes you think.
Yeah.
When you have one system managing identity and access rules across employees, partners, and customers for potentially thousands of different acts, what does that level of centralized identity control mean for how we'll access, well, everything online in the future?